So, you've got it. That brilliant, can't-miss product idea. You just know it's going to be a winner. But how do you really know? Well, in the next few minutes, we are going to build a data-driven framework that turns that gut feeling of yours into a rock-solid business plan.
Man, it's an incredible feeling, isn't it? That lightning bolt of inspiration hits, and suddenly you have an idea for a product that feels like a total game changer. You can already picture it flying off the shelves.
And then, right on cue, that little voice of doubt starts to creep in. This is the question that stops so many entrepreneurs right in their tracks. How do you actually get past that gut feeling and figure out if there's a real paying market out there just waiting for you?
That is exactly what we're about to do. We're going to build a simple 4-step game plan to put your idea to the test. And by the end of this, you're not just going to have a hunch, you're going to have a data-backed plan to move forward with real confidence. Okay, first things first. Honestly, product selection is everything, and it all boils down to one thing: demand. You can create the absolute best product in the entire world, but if nobody's looking for it, you don't have a business, you have a hobby. We need to find out if there's a hungry crowd out there already searching for what you want to sell.
Now, what's really interesting here is understanding that not all demand is created equal. Think about it. For an elastic product, like toilet paper, if one brand raises its price by just a little, people will switch in a heartbeat. There are tons of options. But for an inelastic product, like a good pain reliever, if you have a splitting headache, you're not going to haggle over 50 cents. You just want the relief. Knowing where your product falls on this spectrum is absolutely crucial. So how can we actually put a number on demand, say in a huge marketplace like Amazon? Well, here is a fantastic benchmark for you. If the top 10 competitors for your product idea are selling a combined 3,000 units every single month, that's a massive green flag. It's a strong signal that a healthy customer base already exists, and there's enough pie for a new player, like you, to grab a slice. And the best part, you don't have to guess. There are incredible tools that do the heavy lifting. You can start with something free like Google Trends to see if interest is growing over time. Then hop over to Google's Keyword Planner to see the raw search numbers. And for the really juicy stuff, tools like Jungle Scout can pull sales data right from the marketplaces to see if you can hit that 3,000 unit target. All right, so you've confirmed there's real demand. That's huge. Now let's figure out who's already cashing in on it. It is time to put your competition under the microscope. Now look, this isn't about getting scared or intimidated. This is a fact-finding mission. You want to systematically break down everything your competitors are doing. And here's a pro tip. Go straight to their customer reviews and filter for the 1-star ratings. That's where you'll find gold. Their customers' biggest complaints, that's your roadmap to creating a better product. And this right here is the perfect way to organize all that intel you're gathering, a SWOT analysis. It's a super powerful framework that forces you to look at your competition from every angle. So, for example, let's say their strength is a gorgeous brand, but their weakness, which you found in those 1-star reviews, is terrible customer service. Boom. That weakness is your opportunity. You're looking for that sweet spot where their weaknesses and your potential strengths overlap.
And please burn this quote into your brain. The entire point of all this research is not to make a slightly cheaper knockoff. No way. It's about finding a way to be different and to be better. It's about protecting your unique selling proposition, your USP, and carving out your very own space in the market.
Okay, deep breath. We've confirmed demand. We've analyzed the competition. Now it's time for the moment of truth, the numbers. We have to answer the most important question of all. Can this idea actually make you money? The most fundamental number you need to know is your gross margin. Put simply, it's the cash you have left from a sale after you've paid for the cost of the product itself. So if you sell a widget for $20 and it costs you $5 to get it, your gross margin is $15. Every other expense, marketing, shipping, your own salary, has to come out of that $15. Now, this is where a lot of people get tripped up. So let's make this crystal clear. Markup is what you use to set your price. You take your cost and you mark it up. But gross profit percentage, or GP%, that's the metric that accountants, banks, and investors use to judge the health of your business. It tells them what percentage of your final selling price is actual measurable profit. So you'll want to focus on your GP%. You know, profitability isn't just about how much you make on one sale. It's also about speed. That's where the inventory turnover ratio comes in. It's a fancy term for a simple idea. How fast are you selling through your stuff? A healthy ratio means your cash isn't just sitting on a shelf collecting dust. It's pretty simple. A high ratio is exactly what you want. It means sales are strong, cash is flowing. A low ratio, on the other hand, is a major red flag. It could mean weak demand or, even worse, dead stock. If you want some inspiration, just look at Walmart. Their efficiency is the stuff of legend. They turn over their entire inventory in about 41 days. That's the kind of velocity that builds empires. Okay, you have done the hard work. You've dug into the demand, you've scouted the competition, you've crunched the numbers. Now, with all that data in hand, it is time to make the final call. So what's it going to be? Are you going to go the private label route and build your very own brand from the ground up? That means you get higher profits and total control, but you have to build that customer trust from scratch. Or do you take the faster route and resell established brands? You get that built-in trust, but you're looking at thinner margins and a whole lot of competition. Your research will point you toward the right answer for your specific product. And that's really the whole point. By following these steps, you've literally transformed that big, scary, paralyzing question of what if into a clear, actionable plan for what's next. You're not just running on hope anymore. You're operating from a plan that is built on solid, real-world data. And that brings us right back to the ultimate question. You've done the research, you have the framework. So is your brilliant idea a real business, or is it just a hobby? The data will tell you the truth. The only thing left to do is the work.